Hello 8th class students, this is my second video, revision video of chapter number 16, the Union Legislature, and in this I will discuss the Rajya Sabha and the functions and powers of the Indian Parliament. First of all, I come to the Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha, students, it is a upper house. It is the upper house of the Indian Parliament, and it is also called the Council of the States. The members of the Rajya Sabha are elected indirectly by the legislative assembly members of the states. Students, in India, we have the federal structure, and that is consists of the central government and the states government. Each and every state have their own government. Like the Punjab have its own government, legislative assembly is there in the Punjab. Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, all states have their own legislative assemblies and have their own government. So these legislative assemblies of the states, they elect the members for the Rajya Sabha. Means the members for the Rajya Sabha comes from these members of the legislative assemblies of the states. Actually, the citizens of these states elect the members for these legislative assemblies, and then further the legislative assemblies members elect among themselves the members of the Rajya Sabha. Next is what is the composition of the Rajya Sabha. First of all, the maximum number of members in the Rajya Sabha is 250. Then elected members from the states and union territories, they are the 238 members. Then President nominated 12 members. President nominated 12 members to the Rajya Sabha, and these nominated members are the experts in the field of arts, literature, science, sports or social service. Means from these fields, who are the experts? So President have the choice to nominate 12 members who are expert in these fields. Next is the term. Students, our Rajya Sabha is a permanent house. It means it cannot be dissolved. Means the term of the Rajya Sabha never comes to an end. Okay, it never comes to an end. The term of the Rajya Sabha. It is a permanent house. It cannot be dissolved. But the term of a member, the members of the Rajya Sabha, the members of the Rajya Sabha have a term, and that is the 6 years. Means each and every member work for 6 years in the Rajya Sabha, and 1/3 members retired after every 2 years. So 1/3 members are retired after every 2 years, and then the seats which are vacant, then new members come to occupy that one seats, and then after 2 years, whose retiring came to an end, means whose 6 years term is completed, that 1/3 members retired, and this process goes on. And in this way, 2/3 members, means 1/3 members retire after every 2 years, means remaining 2/3 members remain on their seat always. Okay, always they occupy their seat. 2/3 members are always present in the Rajya Sabha. Okay, so means members term is 6 years, and 1/3 members retire after every 2 years. Next is the qualifications, means who can become the member of the Rajya Sabha. First of all, a citizen of India, age at least 30 years or above, means 30 years is required at least. A registered voter. So these are the main qualifications to become the member of the Rajya Sabha. Next is the presiding officer. The vice president is the presiding officer of the Rajya Sabha, and he is the ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha. Ex officio means, look at it, students. Actually, main office of the vice president means he has the main post, that is he is the vice president of India. Now he occupies one extra office. That is, he is the chairman of the Rajya Sabha. So that's why he is called the ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha. He discharges same duty as the speaker of the Lok Sabha. Next, students, there are the powers and functions of the Indian Parliament. First of all, the legislative functions. Legislative means law making functions. The parliament has the power to make laws on the subjects mentioned in the union list. You know, now there are the three lists: union list, state list, and the concurrent list. Means the powers to make the law on the subjects mentioned in the union list, it is with the parliament. The parliament and state then legislatures both make law over the matters in the concurrent list. So the matters or the which are the subjects mentioned in the concurrent list, both parliament and the state legislature, they both combined make the law on the subject mentioned in the concurrent list. It can also amend means changed. It can also amend the provisions of the Constitution of India. So if there is a requirement to change any clause of the Constitution, so Parliament has the power to change it. That were the legislative functions. Now next is second is the control over the executive. Students, executive means with the ministers we have the prime minister, the council of ministers we have in our parliament. So parliament control over that one executives. The executive is answerable to the Lok Sabha for all the acts and policies. Means whichever attempts they have done, whichever actions are taken by the executives, so that for that one actions for their working, they are answerable in the Lok Sabha. Means they have to given the answers for their acts and policies in the Lok Sabha. The Lok Sabha can remove the executive. So means Lok Sabha has the power to remove the executive through their post through a vote of non-confidence. If the no-confidence motion is passed against a member of the Lok Sabha, then they can be removed. It may reject a bill or a budget proposal of the cabinet. Now students, cabinet is actually higher rank ministers in the government. They are called the cabinet ministers. So cabinet ministers can the proposals of the budget is given by the cabinet ministers. Parliament has a right. The members of the parliament have the right or power to reject a bill if it is look appropriate for them. So they can reject a bill or the budget proposal of the cabinet. So these are the executive. How the parliament can control over the executive. Next are the financial functions. Parliament keeps control over the finance to prevent the executive from assuming arbitrary powers. देखो, Parliament keeps control over the finance. तो finance जो means जो the money related issues are keep under the control of the Parliament to prevent the executive from assuming arbitrary powers. Means executive means ministers. जो भी मिनिस्टर्स हैं दे कैन नॉट एज्यूम आर्बिट्रेरी मीन्स ये नहीं हो सकता कि वो अपनी मर्जी से अपनी मनमानी से ही कहीं पर भी खर्चा कर सकते हैं, कभी कहीं पर भी एक्सपेंडिचर कर सकते हैं. नो, दे हैव टू टेक द परमिशन फ्रॉम द पार्लियामेंट टू स्पेंड द मनी टू मीन्स if they want to have some fund to withdraw the fund from the parliament. So firstly they have to take the permission from the parliament. So and then parliament can members can issue the fund to the executive for their functioning. So they cannot use this fund as a they cannot executive from as means parliament control the executive from assuming arbitrary powers. Arbitrary means students they अपनी मर्जी से वो कहीं पर भी कुछ भी काम नहीं कर सकते हैं. They have to take the permission from the parliament firstly for all the finances. The executive cannot spend any money without parliament sanction. तो executive है कहीं पर भी मनी को spend नहीं कर सकते जब तक parliament sanction नहीं करेगा. The annual budget is passed by the parliament. Taxes, budget means the income and expenditure for the 1 year of the government of the country, that is called the annual budget, that is passed by the parliament. Taxes cannot be imposed without the permission of the parliament. So जो भी taxes होते हैं आपको पता है हम taxes पे करते हैं गवर्नमेंट को, तो वो भी parliament की permission के बिना उसको impose नहीं कर सकते. Money bill can only introduce on the Lok Sabha. Students, there are the two bills, money bill and ordinary bill. So the money bill which deals with the income and expenditure of the government, it can only be introduced in the Lok Sabha. So these are the financial functions. Next are the electoral functions. The members of parliament elects the president and the vice president. So members of the parliament elect करते हैं president और vice president को. They form the electoral college. The members of the Lok Sabha elects the speaker and the deputy speaker. So members of Lok Sabha among themselves, firstly they elect the speaker and then further they elect the deputy speaker also. Judicial functions, the parliament has the power to impeach. Impeach means to remove the president. It is a process to remove the high authorities of the India. So it is a process. The parliament has the power to impeach the president, the vice president, judges of the Supreme Court and High Court, Auditor General and members of the Public Service Commission. So these members are removed from their post by the method of the impeachment through by the parliament. Okay. So these are the functions which come under the parliamentary functions. So students, our first division is completed. Hope you are studying well and you are ready for your online test. Hope for your best. Have a nice day. Goodbye all of you.